Alice, what are we gonna go see today?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man? Are we gonna go to the movie theater?
Yeah.
Should we bring Mommy too?
Yeah.
Honey, would you like to come see Spider-Man with us?
Of course, they'll be lovely.
I think that this is the first time that we've all gone to a movie together as a family.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Me too. Are we gonna have any snacks?
Yeah.
What would you like to get at the movie theater?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
So Alice, who is your favorite superhero?
Captain America and Superman.
You like those two, huh?
Huh?
Those are very classic, patriotic superheroes to like. How about you, Mama? Who are your favorite superheroes?
Superman. And Superman when he was young.
Superboy.
Yes. Is that the one that from something view?
Yeah, Smallville was kind of like an adaptation of Superboy.
Yeah, I like that one.
They even
I need to watch that.
They even put Lex Luthor in it. Like in the comics, Lex Luthor grew up in Smallville with Superboy, which is kind of silly because you figure if he grew up with Clark Kent and Superboy in the same town and they all moved to Metropolis, wouldn't Lex Luthor figure out that Clark Kent is Superman?
Yes, that's true. Are you going to take a nap today? Is Daddy going to take a nap in the movies?
I hope not. I hope it's not that bad. Do you like Spider-Man, Alice?
Yes.
I hope so, because we're gonna go see it.
Yes,
How about you, Mama? Do you like Spider-Man?
I like Spider-Man.
Do you know how Spider-Man got his spider powers?
Yes.
Tell us, Mama. How?
Well, he went to a museum trip with his friends from college and he got bitten by a super spider.
He was watching a scientific exhibition, and a spider went through the radiation, and then the spider became a super spider, and it bit him, and he got all of the spider's powers. But the webs, he doesn't shoot webs out of his hands. He made a like a little device that he has to reload with web cartridges, and that's what makes the web.
Oh, really? It's not from his hands? I always thought it was from his hands.
Nope. At least not in the original comics. I mean, they may have.
I think the movie's from his hands.
They may have changed in some of the movies. That's the thing about these movies, is they change things. But it's my understanding that this movie, they're trying to reconcile the original Spider-Man movies from when we were younger. Remember the Tobey Maguire movies?
No.
You remember Spider-Man, like, when we were teenagers, came out? There's like 3 of them.
Yes.
They're reconciling those with the new ones.
Yeah.
Alice knows all about it.
We'll see.
And Doctor Strange is also in it.
Oh.
But it's good Doctor Strange is in there for a couple reasons, because not only is Doctor Strange really cool, but one of the inventors of Spider-Man is also the inventor of Doctor Strange. That's Steve Ditko. He was a comic book artist back then, and he basically invented both Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
The sun's so down.
Are you excited, Alice?
Me too.
excited? You excited? It's gonna be a little loud, okay? It's our first movie as a family. Are you excited? Are you excited, Bunny?
Yes, I'm very excited. Are you excited, buddy?
Alice. The movie's over, Alice. Alice, the movie's over. Alice, the movie's over now, Alice. We can go home now. Alice, you ready to go home now? Did you have a good nap?
My bunny fell asleep.
The two of you fell asleep. Movie's over. Wanna go now?
Is that a good movie?
Movie's all over. So what did you ladies think about the movie?
I like the movie. I love when they reunite the 3 Spider-Mans.
Yeah, I like that there was all 3 of them in there too. I kind of liked overall like how they tied the universes together. That's something that you don't typically see movies or Marvel do. Like all these movies, they're always like rebooting everything and starting over. And here they actually brought people back. I thought that was pretty neat. What did you think, Alice? Did you like the movie?
I like the part that the original Spider-Man had his own web things from his wrist, and the other ones had to invent some technology.
Yeah, it's funny because we were talking about that, and I guess I forgot that in the first movies he had him come out of his wrist.
Yeah, I was sure that he had.
Well, overall, I thought the first half an hour they could have cut out of that movie. I thought the first half an hour was not good, and then once he met up with Doctor Strange, I thought it got good.
Yeah.
And I also liked how they, like, even the costumes, they kind of went more traditional. Like, because that was one thing about the first Spider-Man movie I didn't like, how the Green Goblin's costume was just like a green Iron Man costume, sort of. But they made it in here where he had, like, a purple hood, like that. And then Electro, they actually made his, like, they gave him kind of a helmet that appeared and disappeared that was similar to his real costume in the comics. Like a 1960s style.
I would say the movie was sure.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
Was a little tiny nap.
I'm going to sleep. Oh, where am I? Right?
Yeah, why'd you fall asleep? There was all that fighting and explosions and loud music. How'd you fall asleep during that?
I fell asleep.
Well, I actually did like it, and I don't usually like new movies that much. I just thought the whole first half hour they could have cut out of there. All I needed to say is that everybody knows Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and then just not have that first half an hour until he meets Doctor Strange. But otherwise, I thought it was good. One thing that I didn't like is how they made J. Jonah Jameson like a conspiracy theorist. Like, they were really trying to make him seem like Alex Jones, which, you know, didn't seem right, because in the original comics, like, it's supposed to be sort of making fun of the mainstream media. It's kind of funny how they changed it from that to like going against independent media. Overall, I mean, I liked it. Again, I liked how they made the costumes. Did you notice at the very end how they made Spider-Man's costume like bright red and bright blue? To make that more traditional too.
I like it. You like the movie? Let's give it a grade. So my grade for the movie is A. How about you, Alice? B? B. Okay. How about you, Daddy?
I'd give it a B+. You know, I thought the whole first half hour was a waste, but after that, I basically liked everything. So that's our ratings. So you should definitely go out and see it if you haven't yet. I think it's worth seeing. Would you agree? Is it worth seeing, Alice?
It was a nice family afternoon.
Was it worth sleeping through? Okay, say bye-bye, Alice.
Where?
Say bye-bye to the camera.
Bye-bye.
Hey folks, before we go, I just wanted to show off some comic books, since we didn't show any so far in this video. And these are some that I think would be pretty interesting to folks who are fans of Spider-Man No Way Home. These are some classic Silver Age books. Here is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 2, and this is actually the first team-up between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. And this is pretty cool. It's a pretty beat-up book. It's not in that great shape. But as you can see, there's a first team-up of these two Steve Ditko characters. As I mentioned earlier, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange are both creations of Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. So, pretty interesting book. This is the only one I'm going to open up. But there you see Spider-Man in the alternate dimensions of Doctor Strange, which is a pretty fun kind of crossover. So next up, I also wanted to show, this isn't exactly in line with Spider-Man No Way Home, but this is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1, and this is the first appearance of the Sinister Six. Again, these villains in this movie weren't really the Sinister Six. It was a little bit different of a team-up, but there are a few of the same villains: Electro, Sandman, Dr. Octopus. So sorry about the glare there. Next up is the first appearance of one of the characters who was in the movie, Electro. Amazing Spider-Man number 9. Again, sorry about the glare. Probably should have filmed this in a different area. Then next up, Amazing Spider-Man number 6. That's the first appearance of the Lizard. Then Amazing Spider-Man number 4. The first appearance of the Sandman. This book I honestly kind of want to replace, just because it's got water damage. So I mean, the cover looks good. There's, you know, the bottom is a little, the ink is flaking off the bottom, but you know, it looks nice. It just unfortunately it has some water damage. And here is Amazing Spider-Man number 3. That's the first appearance of Dr. Octopus. And then finally, and this one's really in great shape, and this is one of the prizes of my collection. Honestly, this is the best Raw book I have. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 14, the first appearance of the Green Goblin. And you know, it has a little bit, it has a few defects. So it has some ink lifts there and there, unfortunately. But otherwise, it's in really great shape. You know, my guess is probably like a 3.5 or 4. Depending on how bad those ink lifts mark it down. But this is a really great book. I actually remember reading this when I was a kid. My dad had these digests of old Spider-Man stories, and this was really the one I remember reading the most. I think I also remember Amazing Spider-Man number 1 with the Chameleon, but this story was great. It has the Incredible Hulk in it. It has the first appearance of the Green Goblin. It has the Enforcers. It has a very interesting story where Spider-Man is considering becoming a movie star and going to Hollywood. So it's a really great story. And again, this is probably the best Raw book that I have in my collection, next to those 2 CGC comics that you saw me get last time. So thanks again, folks. Thanks for joining us on this comic book dad venture. And thank you to my beautiful wife and my daughter for joining me to go see Spider-Man No Way Home. I know Alice particularly liked it. So thanks again, folks, and please do subscribe, and we'll see you next time.